Hello guys, I'm Ellen and this is my mum's living room. As you can see, it is quite small and experiencing some major layout and functionality issues. So she's asked me for my help to completely reset this space. And of course, in the process, we'll make it cozy. I want to tackle the couch side of the room first, but this wall is literally only 1.6 meters wide. I'll put a conversion for that on the screen, but this really doesn't give us much wiggle room at all for a couch. I did find one, but it hangs just slightly over the edge at 1.7 meters. So to solve for this, we're going to make a console table for behind the couch that wraps around the corner and covers that extra little bit of length. This type of table will be perfect in here where it's small and cramped and a coffee table just isn't practical. So I don't actually really know how to build this, but I have my uncle here to help me.
That is I, on the tools.
He doesn't really have much of an idea either. I kind of have an idea of the steps that we need to take, but I don't know how to use the tools, but he knows how to use the tools. So I feel like between the two of us, we should be able to figure this out. So we're gonna give it a go. We measured the width of the wall to the exact millimeter and cut our first piece to size. Kind of burns it a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think the blade's not 100%.
Ollie said get a new blade, and you were like, nah.
Oh, I can't.
I want the couch to tuck in neatly underneath the console table, so I cut the legs to the same measurement as the back of the new couch. We attach the legs with L brackets, and I only show us attaching one here, but we actually came back later to double up on the brackets to give it a bit more stability.
620 divided by...
620 divided by 3.
Ooh.
That's as hard.
Yeah, maths is hard. The measurement there to there is 635.
635.
Yeah, but the measurement you're giving me is the middle measurement, isn't it? 635, which is that. I want to go 20 less. So 635 minus 20. I mean, 635 divided by 3. 635 divided by 3.
What?
So 211 minus 20. Did you take the 20 off?
What 20?
20 mil.
No.
All right. Because I want to put where my bracket is now. And then I can't measure the shop.
No, you want that one to be 211.
Why? Why is it so hard? 635 divided by 3.
Divided by 3. This is 211.
211.
211.
I'll make it 210. 11 is too hard.
All right, 210.
All right, 210. Okay. So I'll do it on this board because that board's been pencilized.
Yeah.
210. There we go.
210.
I think we're onto something. 210. 210.
Yay!
Film that. Is that?
Nice!
Watch your phone there, watch your phone.
Nice! I painted a backing board in dark brown and secured it to the back with some staples.
Nice. How did you know? How did you know to use that colour? I mean, non capire. Non capire.
She's good with colours.
I also wanted to add a recessed power point, so my uncle cut a hole out with his, let's say, vintage jigsaw to make space for the recessed power board. My mum previously had her cables running out underneath the couch and she couldn't really access the power point behind the couch, so this should provide a nice solution for that. This wood actually came pre-oiled, but it was looking a little rough and dry in a few places, and I wanted to make sure that it would shine in all its glory. My methods for finishing are actually really simple and quite old school. Just some raw linseed oil, shellac flakes mixed with methylated spirits, and some wax on top. I won't go too deep into it here, but it gives a very soft but durable finish that will suit the vibe and era of this room. I really like how the oil revives the look of the wood. It's just so satisfying to me. The last step is the hardest, waxing. You essentially really got to put your back into it, but it's kind of essential with this method because the shellac leaves a bit of a shine on the piece and we want luster, not shine, so we got to work for it. I'm really happy that we chose to swap out the old bulky couch for this one because it has slimmer arms, which will help the couch area feel visually less heavy and not feel so cramped in the corner here. Beautiful. Look at that precision. Yes. It's feeling so much better in here already, but then I remembered I wanted to put LED lighting behind the table, so I had to undo the wall fixings and lay out this LED strip from IKEA along the back edge. You can actually cut this to the perfect length, but I didn't want to mess it up, so I just kind of left it long and dangling. At some point I will upgrade this to smart lighting so that it can be controlled with a remote, but while I do my research on that, this was just a cheap option in the interim. Very nice. This rug has turned out to be absolutely perfect for this room, and I got so excited when I pulled it out of the box because it just brings in those beautiful red tones from the floor, from the wood trims, and it balances beautifully with some of the blue and the green tones that I'm going for in the room. I'm going to be building a dining banquette in here soon too, so this rug being washable and stain resistant is an absolute win, since it's also going to be a combined living and dining space. We just have a couple of things left to finish this space. Well, on the couch side at least. I got this light, which I love, but it was hardwired, and my mum's place is double layered brick, so my uncle came back and converted it to a plug-in for me and installed it. I'll put the globe in?
Yeah.
I'll just
You're going to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, you just want the glory.
I'll take the glory.
Could be on actually. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're not poking your finger in. Because I plugged it in and just turned it on without realising what I'm doing. See, the told you it was on. Blackish is qualified.
Qualified. Hey!
Is it a smart globe or?
Nah, it's just a normal globe.
Alright, see if the switch it.
I'm also hanging this beautiful artwork which brings in even more of those red and green tones, and it's large enough to cover the thermostat control too. I added some flowers and a bowl for her keys since this is near the front door, and another little portable lamp. So do you remember what it looked like before? Cramped and uncoordinated, impractical. Well, here's what it looks like now. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you've been following me since last year. I know it's been about 6 months since I've posted anything. I've been dealing with a few health issues this year, so I just want to thank you for sticking around. If you want to see part 2 where we put the dining banquette together, that'll be coming soon. So if you're not already, please subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.